Good afternoon. This is Eric Arnold, occasionally known as the Big E, here in his studio, which he calls the Sports Barn, because normally what we do here in the Sports Barn is discuss college, pro football, college basketball, baseball, try to pick winners against the spread to the best of our ability. That's normally what we do here. Um, However, this is going to be a political video discussing Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and Tony Bobulinski, who you do not know yet. We do not tolerate censorship here in the Sports Barn, and that's one of the things that's got me totally exercised about this election cycle. I tilted the camera so we could get a good view of this board here for today. I don't know if you can see off camera here. I've got on one of these other boards, Trump 2020. In full disclosure, I'm voting for Trump. So we're not hiding, we're not lying to you. I'm voting for Trump. But one of the reasons I'm exercised is the fact that the media is just blacking out some of this information that's coming out right now about the Bidens. They're just hiding it from you, telling you you have no right to see it, lying to you, saying it's irrelevant. That's not right. That is 100% not right. Here you are 2 weeks out from a major election, and the media in this country is acting as Joe Biden's gatekeepers rather than a free and open press like they should be. So that leaves it to little YouTubers like me to do their job for them. So I'm going to give you the facts, and you can decide whether it's relevant or interesting to you or not. But we're going to talk today about Tony Bobulinski. Again, who's that? Well, you're going to learn who that is. And it's very important, I think. And you can make that decision for yourself whether it's important or not. Now, the main thing that generated this censorship is Hunter Biden's laptop. Hunter Biden's laptop, in case you've been asleep, is been possessed by the right-wing press, if you will. The FBI has a copy of it. The Delaware State Police has a copy of it. How did they get a copy of it? Hunter Biden took it to a repair shop in 2019 and never picked the thing back up again and never paid for it either. So the repair shop owner took a look at what was inside and saw all sorts of incriminating things in there, and he turned it over to the FBI. And after the FBI did nothing with it, he ultimately turned it over to Rudy Giuliani. And I'm trying to think if he said he gave it to anyone else, but definitely Rudy Giuliani got it through his attorney, and then they gave it to the New York Post. So I'm going to say 8 days ago, I think maybe 9 days ago, the Post posted the first of a series of articles about what's on Hunter Biden's laptop, incriminating information linking the Bidens to foreign business deals, I would say showing that they're selling the office for a political, well, for money, basically, that they're getting money for providing favors for foreign entities. That's my assessment of it. Your mileage may vary. So that's the background on it. Now, who is Tony Bobulinski? Why is this important? Why am I here making this second video? You know, I said I'd make these political videos. I made one just because I was so bent out of shape about the censorship. Well, hell, it got more views than my sports videos get, which I guess tells me people want to hear about this stuff. Or maybe they just don't want to hear about losing sports picks. I'm going to say the former because it makes me feel better. So we're going to make another one. Like I said, my normal subscribers, if this bores the shit out of you, then don't watch. Don't watch. Go back to, watching cat videos on Facebook. They are cute, though, aren't they? Little kitties on Facebook, and that always makes you feel just that much better. Anyway, I digress. All right, so what's happened here? In the past, I'm going to say 18 hours, the New York Post posted another story, explosive story, which I'm sure is being hidden by Twitter and Facebook and all the other, usual suspects, Washington Post, etc. There was an email on Hunter Biden's laptop that was published in the original series of articles by the New York Post. And I have summarized the email the best I can from the New York Post article here. The email is dated May 13th, 2017. It's from some guy named James Giller. Subject says expectations. It's to Tony Bobulinski. There's that name again, Tony Bobulinski. And CC'd on the email are Rob Walker and Hunter. That's all it said, Hunter. Now, this email in the original Post story came off of Hunter Biden's laptop. And in the email, it talks about, it says, as I had already alluded, we have discussed and agreed the following remuneration packages. And then it goes on, the first line after that says chair/vice chair, depending on agreement with CEFC. And then it says Hunter in parentheses 850. What this email is these guys setting up a deal with this CEFC, which is CEFC China Energy Company. I believe at the time they were a big private energy company in China. The head of the company, I believe his name is Yi, Y-E. Who knows what the deal was about, but they're definitely hooking up a deal here with this Chinese guy who allegedly is hooked in with the Chinese government, as well as being somebody that's a private energy guy. And further down in the email, it then says, at the moment, there's a provisional agreement that the equity will be distributed as follows: 20 for H, 20 for RW, 20 for JG, 20 for TB, 10 for Jim, 10 held by H for the big guy, ? So that's the email that was published about a week ago by the Post. So today, this guy, or I should say overnight, this guy, there he is, Tony Bobulinski, has come out and given a statement to the New York Post with respect to this email and the Bidens in general. And I am going to read that to you right now. This is from the Post article that was published October 22nd, 12:42 a.m. it says. Now, before I read this, it references in the statement here a Johnson report. Johnson report, what's that? In September, that last month, let me get the name of it officially. Oh, here it is. The Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs, that's chaired by Ron Johnson, Republican senator from Wisconsin. They released a report primarily dealing with Hunter Biden's business dealings. So that was done without the laptop. They gathered that information in that report via just their whatever investigative tools that they had at their fingertips on the Senate committee. So they have released that report in September, and Bobulinski references that a couple times in his statement. So, Tony Bobulinski. Full statement from Tony Bobulinski to the New York Post. My name is Tony Bobulinski. The facts set forth below are true and accurate. They are not any form of domestic or foreign disinformation. Any suggestion to the contrary is false and offensive. I am the recipient of the email published 7 days ago by the New York Post, which showed a copy to Hunter Biden and Rob Walker. That email is genuine. That's this. This afternoon, I received a request from the Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs and the Senate Committee on Finance requesting all documents relating to my business affairs with the Biden family, as well as various foreign entities and individuals. I have extensive relevant records and communications, and I intend to produce those items to both committees in the immediate future. I am the grandson of a 37-year Army intelligence officer, the son of a 20-plus-year career naval officer, and the brother of a 28-year career naval flight officer. I myself served our country for 4 years and left the Navy as Lieutenant Bobulinski. I don't know if you could see him there, but there's a picture of him from the New York Post in his Navy dress whites. That's Tony Bobulinski right there. All right, where were we? Back to his statements. All right, there we are. Okay, there we are. I held a high level of security clearance and was an instructor and then CTO for Naval Nuclear Power Training Command. I take great pride in the time my family and I served this country. I am also not a political person. What few campaign contributions I have made in my life were to Democrats. If the media and big tech companies had done their jobs over the past several weeks, I would be irrelevant in this story. Given my long-standing service and devotion to this great country, I could no longer allow my family's name to be associated or tied to Russian disinformation or implied lies and false narratives dominating the media right now. After leaving the military, I became an institutional investor, investing extensively around the world and on every continent. I have traveled to over 50 countries. I believe hands down we live in the greatest country in the world. What I am outlining is fact. I know it is fact because I lived it. I am the CEO of Sino-Hawk Holdings, which was a partnership between the Chinese operating through CEFC/Chairman Yi, Y-E, Chairman Yi, and the Biden family. Let me read that again. I am the CEO of Sino-Hawk Holdings, which was a partnership between the Chinese operating through CEFC/Chairman Yi and the Biden family. I was brought into the company to be the CEO by James Giller and Hunter Biden. The reference to the big guy in the much publicized May 13, 2017 email is in fact a reference to Joe Biden. Let me read that again. The reference to the big guy in the much publicized May 13, 2017 email is in fact a reference to Joe Biden. The other JB referenced in that email is Jim Biden, Joe's brother. Hunter Biden called his dad the big guy or my chairman, and frequently referenced asking him for his sign-off or advice on various potential deals that we were discussing. I've seen Vice President Biden saying he never talked to Hunter about his business. I've seen firsthand that that's not true, because it wasn't just Hunter's business. They said they were putting the Biden family name and its legacy on the line. Let me read that again. I've seen Vice President Biden saying he never talked to Hunter about his business. I've seen firsthand that that's not true, because it wasn't just Hunter's business. They said they were putting the Biden family name and its legacy on the line. I realized the Chinese were not really focused on a healthy financial ROI. That stands for return on investment. They were looking at this as a political or influence investment. Once I realized that Hunter wanted to use the company as his personal piggy bank by just taking money out of it as soon as it came from the Chinese, I took steps to prevent that from happening. The Johnson report connected some dots in a way that shocked me. It made me realize the Bidens had gone behind my back and gotten paid millions of dollars by the Chinese, even though they told me that they hadn't and wouldn't do that to their partners. I would ask the Biden family to address the American people and outline the facts so I can go back to being irrelevant and am not so put in a position to have to answer those questions for them. I don't have a political axe to grind. I just saw behind the Biden curtain and I grew concerned with what I saw. The Biden family aggressively leveraged the Biden family name to make millions of dollars from foreign entities even though some were from communist-controlled China. God bless America. That's the end of it. All right, so now what does that mean? All right, Democrats, let's have a little equal time here for you all. I'll point out that May 13th, 2017 was after Joe Biden had left office. Furthermore, there's nothing illegal about doing business with China. I mean, god damn, it seems like every American corporation does some kind of business with China. Even the National Basketball Association. So doing business with the Chinese is certainly by itself not evil. However, this is important because of two things, at least two things, two major things. One, this validates the laptop. I mean, even more, as if it hadn't been validated enough. Here you have an actual witness to one of the emails that was taken off the laptop saying, yep, that happened. Absolutely, this is 100% accurate. So you have that, whereas Twitter and the Democrats are running around saying, well, the Russians somehow invented this laptop. The Russians invented this laptop. I mean, why did Hunter Biden's attorney contact Rudy Giuliani the day the New York Post put out their initial piece? That's what Giuliani says. He says, I got a copy of an email from Hunter Biden's lawyer saying, hey, can we have our laptop back? Not, that's not my laptop. If this is all Russian crap, then why isn't somebody standing up saying, that's not my laptop? Nobody's done that. So, as I said, also then you have the director of the National Intelligence, Ratcliffe. He's come out and said as clearly as he can, nope, this has nothing to do with the Russians. We have no information whatsoever that the Russians are involved in this, none. So you got that. And again, here's an email pulled off of the laptop saying, yep, that happened. But then more to the point, this guy here in his dress whites, that guy is calling would-be President Joe Biden a thief, a liar, a criminal, a corrupt politician. Did I miss anything? He is accusing this guy. He is accusing Joe Biden of doing all these dirty things. This guy exists. He's not an anonymous source. This is a real dude. And that makes it real news. So there's no way you can censor this. There's a guy that was an insider. He was a partner of these guys. And he's saying something that's just above and beyond what's been even rumored or reported so far. He's not just saying, oh, by the way, I was partners with Hunter, and then maybe once in a while Hunter would ask, or we'd hear from Hunter's father. He's saying Hunter's father was deeply involved in this, that they were paid millions. So Joe Biden, of course, has denied it all. Oh, no. I don't know nothing about nothing. I never talked to Hunter Biden about any of these business deals. No, never. Sounds to me like that's bullshit. But, let's hear it from Joe Biden. Let's hear, tell me otherwise. Tell me why this guy on this email, who was set up to be the CEO of this company, tell me why he's a liar. Let me hear from you, Joe Biden. Let me hear from you. I'd like to hear if the name Tony Bobulinski comes up in the debate tonight. Now, I got $10 that says it won't, unless Joe, let's put it this way. The only thing that would come up on that front is if President Trump starts to say the name, and he'll never finish because they'll cut his microphone off. He'll say, Tony, and he'll be like, because they're going to cut his microphone off the second he says this word. Tony Bobulinski. I looked this guy up, but what little I could see from him is he was a wrestler at Penn State. There's that Penn State again. There they are again. I mean, another Penn State guy, Jerry Sandusky, now this guy. These guys come out and sink the world. So, why is he coming out? That's interesting. I mean, personally, I think it's probably so he doesn't get a bullet in the back of his head. He doesn't just quietly disappear. So he's coming public. He's not the only one. And it'll be interesting to see if any of this makes the news. When I say the news, when you go on your Facebook feed and you actually see it there, or it's tweeted to you, or you turn on whatever nightly news you watch. Even Fox is reluctant to be reporting this stuff, but I don't know how you don't report a guy who's an ex-partner of these people saying they're crooks. I don't know how you don't report that. But then, hey, like I said, let's hear the Biden side of it. I want to hear it. Let me hear your side of it. And maybe this guy's a 100% lying crook. And maybe none of this happened. I don't know. I know this. I just read you his statement, and it seems pretty damning to me. But it could both be all 100% made up bullshit. So let's hear what the Bidens have to say about it. All right, that's all I got for you. For our sports fans, I'm going to get my losing college football picks up for you so you can fade them. That should be done, I don't know, before kickoff of the NFL game, I imagine. So, 4 or 5 hours? Thanks for being here. Like I said, if you like good governance and you like sports, boy, are you in the right place. Otherwise, thanks for being here, and we'll talk to you again.